Hey, it's your girl Abby, aka New Age Coach here, and I am lighting the way for those on their way to the light in bed with
I'm in the building.
Bay. What are we talking today? What is the quote for the day?
I like that. The quote of the day. All right, I'm going to run with that.
But that's what we do.
We don't do that.
The whole video is based on a quote. Like we're 12 episodes in. That's literally what we do. I'm confused why this is a new concept to you.
Don't mess
We
me up.
literally do a quote every
Don't mess
episode.
me up. Let me do my thug Thizzle. Let me do my thing.
Your what?
Nothing.
Your thug Thizzle? Your thug Thizzle. That's the name of this video. Thug Thizzle.
No. Anyhow, good people, how are ya? The saying of the day today is, you're going to have to try and say it after me, though. Kamoto.
Kamoto. Sounds Japanese,
No.
like Kamoto.
Remember what I said?
Sounds like a video game.
Hold on.
Kamoto.
No. Well, that's a good way to learn.
Japanese.
I don't even know.
Kamoto.
No.
Hiya.
Don't say it like that. Slow it down when you say it. Kamoto.
Okay.
Kamoto.
Kamoto.
Kamberevere.
Kamberevere.
Kakapisa.
Kakapisa.
Matanda.
Matanda.
Beri.
Mberi.
Kamoto.
Kamoto.
Kamberevere.
Kamberevere.
Kakapisa.
Kakapisa.
Matanda.
Matanda.
Beri.
Mberi.
Actually, you said that right. She actually said that right.
Put it all together for everybody. And how do you actually say the whole thing?
The way you say it is Kamoto Kamberevere Kakapisa Matanda.
And what does that literally mean?
The literal translation is a little spark of fire caused big logs of fire to burn in the end or in the future.
What? Small sparks of fire. What?
Yeah, a small little, you know how you can lit up a little match, but that little match can burn like big logs of wood. So basically, the way we say, the way we look at that, or the way our understanding of that saying is basically address those small issues while they are still small, because tomorrow they might turn around and, be a major problem. So it's like those people who sit on issues, people who just let things, marinate instead of just addressing them right there and then and just saying, hey, listen, this is not working or this is not right. Let's deal with it right now so that we don't have to deal with that issue tomorrow. That's basically what we get from that.
That actually reminds me, so as a good example of that, like they say when you meet somebody, this is probably not relatable at all, but when you meet somebody, you can tell things about them in the first 5 minutes of what's going to be
Not
a red
related.
flag in your relationship.
Not
So like
related.
at first, if you're late for a date, for example, you should address it then, because then if you end up being with that person for 11 years after and they are a perpetually late person, you knew that right at the beginning, so you should have addressed that small little issue in the beginning, because 11 years later it becomes an everyday fight. Is that what you mean?
Time out. Un momento, por favor. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, is that the same concept? Could you
Okay,
apply
but
it that way?
how was I late?
I'm just giving an example to the
No,
people.
okay, you just said some stuff. The first day,
Only people who react this way have something to hide. No
No,
one
no,
would
no,
react
no,
this
no,
way
no,
if
no,
they
no,
are
no,
not
no,
to
no,
blame.
no. I believe the first date that we went out, okay, we went to see Nina Sky. I picked you up, you and Jennifer. Actually, I showed up with my cousin. Big up to Big Fee. What up, baby? And so we were not late.
I was just giving an example. I didn't say it was you. I was hypothetically giving
No,
an example.
no, you were
If you
pointing
met
to me.
someone-
She was pointing at me.
Anyway,
Okay, now.
I was stretching my finger.
No,
See,
okay.
perception. My finger needed to stretch. It just it hurt, so I was just going like this.
You must have arthritis or something. I don't know what's going on with your
do.
finger.
Anyway, so is that a good example? Is that what you mean?
No, that's not what I meant. So I'm just saying, if it basically it just means if there is an issue, address it in the beginning, so that you don't have to encounter that same issue.
I agree with everything you said. Obviously, that's self explanatory that a spark can create a big fire, or, metaphorically too. But I think it can be flipped from that perspective to a spiritual perspective of like, it's actually a beautiful thing, meaning that little spark that every one of us has inside of us. We all have this spark that's unique to us, what our life purpose is, what our passions are, what we love to do. And when we can find that little spark within us, that can then light us up and, set our souls on fire in the most beautiful way. And in setting our souls on fire through that little spark and pursuing that and taking actionable steps day by day to do the things that we love, to do the things that we're passionate about, that then activates other people who are watching you to kind of do the same thing. They see how excited you are, how passionate you are, you living your best life, and how much joy that brings you. And then that activates that same spark in them. So your one little spark not only ignited this fire inside of you, but it's setting the world on fire to have other people follow in that light.
Okay, I like that. That flip. Okay, well, you see, I mean, you can always find something positive in whatever. I like the spin to that. I'm gonna start using that. I'm gonna start using that same from that point of view. That was dope. She is smart. I mean,
I don't know if I'm smart, but I'm smart.
whatever, man. They did send her to school. She has a master's degree, so she is.
I have a master's or a master's.
I'm not doing this with you tonight. So you know what? We'll see you next week. God bless y'all. We out.